Sick of your Sims Netflix and chill turning into what is that and chill. Sick of blurry cooking shows and blurry fires and blurry old men getting harassed by gnomes. I have the answer for you. Now, not a lot of people know this, but you can make custom movies for the televisions in the game. However, people have been limited to crunchy, blurry, 128 by 128, and in the modern day, that just doesn't cut it. It doesn't look good. It's really just not that great. And for some people, it doesn't work at all. However, I've come up with a solution. You're able to get full HD video in 1024 by 1024. Now, let's get started. Open up Sony Vegas or the editing program of your choice. For this tutorial, I will be using Sony Vegas, as it's the one that I have installed right now, and it doesn't make me want to scream, so let's go with that. You're going to want to go to Project Video Properties, or whatever, just your project properties. Whatever editor you're using, I don't know. Then you're going to want to make sure that your resolution for your video is 1024 by 1024, frame rate is 29, or 25, it doesn't matter. Go with whatever your region is. PAL is for Europe and most of the world, NTSC is for North America, so Canada, America, Mexico. I'm in Canada, so NTSC. Now, you're going to want to make sure that your full resolution rendering quality is at best, your compositing gamma is at 1.000, and you don't have a deinterlace method because that makes it look like crap. Alright, hit OK. Now, you're going to want to have a short commercial or break your video up into parts so that it renders better and it doesn't completely crash your game when it tries to load it. So, for example, I have a few-year-old PSA here that's about 15 seconds long, and it's just about texting and driving. Now, if you want it widescreen, keep it like this. However, if you want it to be full screen, make it like that. It looks ugly, I know, but it will work. Don't worry. Now, you're going to want to go to Render As, and down here, just type in whatever it is. And then for your template, you're going to want to make sure that you're rendering as AVI or AVI, Video for Windows, because that's the format that the folder takes. Now, for your template, you want to go to Custom, and for frame size, use Project Settings. Make sure that you have your video format as VP61 Advanced Profile, as again, that's what the game takes. Your pixel aspect ratio, leave it, just everything matching up like that. Now, audio, just like that. Your bit depth will want to be 24, simply because, well, if you want good audio quality. However, if you don't want audio, don't include it. It will reduce the file size. For your project, video rendering quality, preview or best. Best is a bit blurrier and leads to a larger file size, however, preview does not. So I'm going to leave it at preview full because it eliminates half frames, which are those blurry frames that you get when you pause something and it's between two frames. Now, hit OK, and, well, simply render it. It'll take maybe a few seconds to render, depending on your computer. Of course, if you are using a laptop or something that is a weaker computer, that does not have a dedicated graphics card and only has a graphics chip, if you don't know what that means, please look it up. This may not work for you, and it may overwhelm your computer. However, these are some of the results that you can get. It's good to keep it below 30 seconds because it helps to not crash the game, which can happen if you have something that is larger than maybe 50 megabytes. However, once you insert these into the game, it makes it so much more vivid because you can finally use your HD TVs as HD TVs and not blurry pieces of crap in the background. I like to avoid using TVs for this reason in the game, and I only pretty much chroma key them. However, this is where you're going to want to put it. So program files, x86 if you're using a 64-bit system, or just program files if you're not, but it's most likely that you are, EA Games, and then your TS2 directory, mine is deluxe, and then TSData, res, movies, broadcast, commercials. I will put that into the description as to where to go, and just stick your file there. Don't worry about renaming any of these, or do not delete these. Just don't. But keep these, and then open up your game and test it. And if it works, congratulations. If it doesn't, go back to the drawing board and try again. Because you know what? This is totally worth it, trust me. It makes the game so much more vivid, and I love it. You can also render in these resolutions: 512 by 512, 256 by 256, and 2048 by 2048. The last one I do not recommend because it is 2K video, and you may well crash the game. 512 by 512 is recommended if you are using a laptop, and if you're using a very old computer, try 256 by 256. You cannot try any other resolution, and if you go by a default resolution, it will just crash or end up with a blank screen.